I'm looking at a video from the No Framework playlist. It's this video, which is about setting up PHP on the production server based on how I have it set up for the development environment. So how does this apply to me at this point in time? Well, at this point in time, I installed a totally different version of PHP, both on my development environment and on my production environment. This fresh install of PHP7 is not configured, so I need to configure it as similarly as possible to what I used to have it before. And this is what this video is about. And this applies to both my development environment and my production environment. I will start off by making the changes in the development environment, which is on the virtual machine, because that way I can check the results using the PHP info script, and also because it's just a good idea to test on a development environment before putting it into production. I'm on the development virtual machine, and as you can see, I'm in etc PHP, and we have a directory called 7.0. I'm going to cd into it, clear, list. As you can see, this is your usual PHP configuration directory. It has mods available, and it has a place where you can put configurations for the Apache 2 PHP configuration and the CLI PHP configuration. Basically, what these ini files are is simply additional configuration for what would normally go in PHP ini. Apache 2 directory has a PHP ini and CLI has a PHP ini. And the way these things work out, where you enable mods or enable some of the ini files, is that you are basically allowing those configurations to become part of PHP ini. I'm going to change directory to etc PHP 7.0. Let's see what's in here again. Okay, and then I'm going to change to mods available. What's in there? All of these. I'm going to add a file called custom.ini. So I'm going to type touch custom.ini. Touch cannot touch, permission denied. Okay, so I have to do su. Is it su or sudo? Yeah, sudo. Touch custom ini. Okay, let's see. And there we have it, custom ini. Of course, there's nothing in it yet. I'm going to edit custom.ini using nano. These first two lines, and I know this is for PHP5 and this is for PHP7, but these two lines, I'm just going to assume that they apply the same way in PHP7, so I'm going to copy them. I typed in these two lines, and then I hit Control-O to save, and it says permission denied. So I think I'm going to have to use sudo edit instead of nano. Sudo edit custom.ini. Put in my password, paste, Control-O, wrote two lines. Let's get out and see what happened. Cat custom. ini. Okay, so that worked. Initially, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy these directives from my existing development configuration on PHP5 to PHP 7.0. So I go here, go into sandbox. Okay, cd etc. I think it's PHP5. Go into mods available, nano, custom, ini. Take these, copy. Now I'm gonna cd etc PHP 7.0. Oh, maybe I'm in the wrong directory. Let's see what's in here. Yeah, cd mods available, sudo edit custom ini. Now let's go down here and paste. And then I'm going to write it out, Control-O, then Control-X, do cat custom.ini. Okay, the changes I put are there. Now, the one thing I'm going to do, okay, I'm going to open a new terminal window here. And I'm going to go into production server to see what configuration I have there. So Sam, enter, cd etc PHP5 mods available. All right, let's do cat custom ini. All right, let's see if they look the same. Here, max execution time is 400. Here it's 305. Post max size 315. Wait, upload max file size. On the server, I have the error log specified as php logs php errors.log. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stick with the ones I copied right now from my development in PHP5 to PHP7. But when I go to make the custom ini file for PHP7 in production, I'm gonna be looking at both this file, what ended up being in it, and what's in the production PHP5 file. So what ends up being here in the development in PHP7 is not gonna end up exactly the same in PHP7 on production. I'm looking at custom ini on my virtual machine for PHP7. What does this line do? This is metadata, which tells PHP that the information in this file is to have the highest priority. So if there are other PHP ini variables which are set in other files, like another ini file or the php.ini itself, that these ones are to take priority. Now, each one of these variables which are being set, I need to figure out if they are being used in PHP7. So error reporting equals all. Let me go and look in php.ini for PHP7 and find out if error reporting is being used and if all is a valid choice. So let me get out. So I'm going to look in php.ini for PHP7 in the Apache 2 directory rather than the CLI directory. Sudo edit php.ini. Now, what were we looking for? Error reporting. So let me do Control W and then type error underscore reporting. Here is error reporting. As I can see that for development environment, you want to have all. However, these are all commented out. If it was production, we want this string right here. So let me do another search, which is Control W, hit enter. Yes, they do set error reporting as if it was a production environment. Okay, so I do need to set error reporting in my custom ini. Let me do one more search. Control W, hit enter again. Okay, I'm not sure what this means. All right, let's do another search. Again. I see we've wrapped around. I have determined that error reporting equals all is appropriate for the development environment. And display errors should be on. And display startup errors should be on. HTML errors should be on, but they are on already from the php.ini file for both development and production. Log errors is already on from php.ini, so I don't need to set it to on here. Track errors, that one I would like it to be off, and it's already set to be off in php.ini. The one that I don't see mentioned anywhere is log errors max length. So I'm going to go look for that one. I did find log errors max length, and it's appropriate that I set it to 0 here. That way there is no restriction on an error being able to show up. This is to be continued.